Uh, uh,
That sounds so unenthusiastic.
Let's do Avengers first.
Okay.
let me grab a drink real quick.
So Malik, would like,
hmm
where could we fit that in so you can finish telling your theory?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Because I mean, I don't know. You guys were talking about whether or not Quicksilver could actually
Oh yeah, so while we're talking about
fit the
Avengers, we could
bullets.
talk about the death of Quicksilver
Yeah.
Yes.
and get into relativistic uh, s- physics. Yeah, that's cool. What else? What else should we talk about?
In terms of Avengers?
Yeah, like I think we should get really specific. Like for example, I think we could talk about the trailers because it sounds like you got a really great one. You have a one that you should talk about.
The really great movie that she can't remember an actor, what it's about, where it takes
No,
place.
what's funny though is that I think the one that I saw is probably the same one, and I can't remember anything about it. Just that I think, excited about the movie.
It's green.
It's not ringing a bell.
I don't remember anything about it. I think my mind is going.
Yeah.
I just know it was like I got really excited. I even like I did like a fist pump in the air. So I'm like, yeah. And I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. So we could talk about trailers, and we could talk about the death of Quicksilver. What are the like? I don't think we have to do a synopsis of the whole movie because I think people don't need to hear a
Yeah, we
synopsis
can
of the
talk about the
movie.
action sequences.
Well, we can.
Talk about Vision being introduced.
Oh
Talk about
yeah,
Quicksilver. Wanda. Well, he's. They don't call him Quicksilver in the movie, do they? Or
Yeah.
do?
No,
No, right?
no.
They just call him
Mm-mm.
Peter, right?
hmm Yeah,
Okay, so
Peter and Wanda.
yeah, we just call him Peter and Wanda. Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. Uh, not the sons of Magneto, or not the kids of Magneto.
No,
Um,
they're laboratory experiments.
yeah, laboratory experiments by Hydra. Uh, uh, I thought it was a little hokey in the beginning. When like I forgot the guy's name, the guy leading of the Hydra base there, and he's like, "We never surrender.
Oh, Strucker?
Hydra doesn't give up. Yeah, Hydra doesn't give up. You fight to your death." And then he turns around to the guy, "We're definitely gonna surrender if they
No, he
break
says,
it."
I'm going to surrender.
Yeah, I'm gonna surrender.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm like, oh god.
Well, that's the whole point. If he surrenders, while getting rid of they're getting rid of all the data.
Yeah, but I
That's what
mean,
I kind of gathered from
everybody
it.
started
Like,
laughing in the theater when he said that. He's like, "I'm gonna surrender."
Joe. If you want to understand Josh Wheaton Avengers, you should watch Dr. Horrible's sing along blog. Then you will
Yeah, with Neil
understand.
Patrick Harris.
Yeah, then you'll get a better idea of what Josh Whedon is trying to do, whether you like it or not.
I watched all of Buffy, so actually that's one of the reasons I really liked the movie because a lot of the dialogue and relationship dynamics were like Buffy. So I got that out of it.
Yeah, but Dr. Horrible's sing along blog is about superheroes.
Oh.
Well, he also does Agents of Shield.
Oh.
It's got that same kind of sarcasm in it.
who's doing the intro for our show? Am I back to doing it because I had all that time off, or what?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Doc. Yeah, do it. Let's
I
yeah.
go.
think you should
Wait.
do it.
All right, let me just type it up then. Hold on.
That didn't sound very enthusiastic.
No, it didn't. No, it absolutely didn't. I was hoping that I didn't have to do that, but that's fine. Type it up real quick.
we don't have to go through that. Don't write anything elaborate. Just say, hey, let's just kick it off and let's just
Yeah.
go.
That's
Just
fine.
do
I can
this
deal with that.
thing.
I can do that too.
Just
I'm
kick
good.
it off and let's go.
Oh, I gotta think of a good one.
There really should be. All you got to do is say, no intro necessary. Avengers 2. What else is there to say?
Yeah, you don't even need to introduce us or
Yeah.
Johanna.
It's Avengers 2. We could talk about how it only made 187 million. We could blame Floyd Mayweather.
Why? Because people stayed home at midnight. They weren't going to the movie theater during the time Avengers would have been on.
Yeah, but all the pre-fights started at what time? Like, you're not gonna go to a 9
9?
o'clock show. You're not gonna go to a 9 o'clock show because it's not gonna end before 11. So you may have gone to an 8 o'clock show, but you want to make sure you get to the spot. It's a party. There's food, stuff. Like, you got to your party early, right? So that's what I'm
Someone
saying.
got to his
No, I actually
party
didn't
at
get
like
to my
6.
party early.
Huh?
I got to my party at like 9:45.
Okay, 9:45. That's early. The fight starts at 11. Or fight started at like 11:30 rather. So you got there early. So I'm saying people wouldn't want to risk missing the fight by going to the movies.
You guys are so funny.
I'm not saying that's not. I don't have any data to support that, but that's what a lot of people are blaming it on. Or
Well,
the movie,
Did anybody see the Merriweather fight?
yeah. Malik and I both saw. I mean,
No.
saw it over the weekend.
What did you like better?
Was that like better? The Avengers.
Oh yeah, by far the Avengers was better than the Mayweather fight. All right, cool. And we're already recording, right? So I can just.
So what we're thinking, Malik, did you hear? We're going to talk about the trailers and Death of Quicksilver, and that during the Death of Quicksilver, you can give us your theory about the different types of like speeds there are, and
Like ridiculous speed, ludicrous speed,
talking about Spaceballs.
Yes.
Johanna's going to talk about this trailer that she doesn't remember at all.
Yeah, man, I was actually starting to look up I started to look up like sci-fi movies that are coming out this year, trying to figure out which one she might have seen.
See, that's what I tried to do, and I got nowhere.
Well, it's
Well,
funny.
I mean,
like
you
I said,
probably saw it. You probably just saw it on the thing, but since you have no idea what the hell you're looking for, it doesn't matter.
But
We're
I'm
never gonna
sure-
know. She could go to the movie. She could go see the movie next week and be like, I don't know if this was the trailer.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I could remember, or I couldn't remember. Like, just who knows?
The
You
only
know,
thing you're gonna remember is not remembering this trailer.
I mean, I feel like I was gonna say something. It's like the cartoons thing. Like, I'll remember when somebody randomly like talks about it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the
I
one.
saw this movie. It was really good, and you didn't see it because you forgot it was out.
But there are other ways I could see it.
That is true.
Yeah, so it's not a complete loss.
I'd love for the director to one day walk up to you and be like, Johanna, I was working on this movie and I cannot remember exactly what the hell it's called. I need you to tell me what it was. You're the
I'll be
only person that was paying
like,
attention to that trailer. That trailer was playing while you were the only one in the theater.
I'm sure it's gonna be okay, you guys. I'm sure eventually I'll find out, or else I'll die because I'll have like lost it or something.
Yeah, that was Johanna on Friday. She was like, Joe, I saw this really great trailer, but I don't remember what it is. I'm like, Johanna, so who's in it? I don't know. What's it about? I don't know. So we're all in there like laughing. I'm like, so how do you know it's good? You don't remember what it's about, who's in it, but yet you know this movie was good.
It was memorable.
But it was good. It was forgettable, but it was good. I don't know.
Oh, can we talk about like specifically the first action scene, the first action sequence where there you see the Avengers just like rampaging through all these soldiers and stuff?
Oh, the snow scene at
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Slovakia, wherever they were,
I,
Slovakia.
li- I liked it a lot. Yeah. What did you think, Malik?
Malik saw it twice, so you know he loves it.
Well, I mean that
Specifically
scene,
that scene. Yeah.
scene specifically. I mean, I thought it was a nice introduction for the team again to kind of show everybody doing their own thing. I thought Thor kind of got the short end of the stick on that whole thing until
Yeah, because didn't he take somebody to get help?
yeah, he took
Yeah, he took Martin because he got
Hawkeye.
shot.
Yeah, Hawkeye after he got shot, he takes him to get help.
He's like, I'll
And
take
there's
him.
yeah, there's that one scene when like they see the whole group coming and Thor hits Cap's shield with the hammer and it like creates that sonic boom
Yeah.
that takes out all of the soldiers. But other than that, like he didn't really have much to do. But I mean, I thought it was a nice intro scene, kind of reintroduce you to this group, to this team of characters.
What did you think about the romance between Banner and Natasha?
I don't know. I don't really see it as a romance. You know, I see it as a, clearly she identifies with him, and she does like him, like in the sense that he's different from everybody else. He's just he's this enigma that she can't figure out, and I think that that's what intrigues her about him. I don't know if it's that she really, because I don't know that she really can like somebody, can love somebody, although she has loved before in the comics, but she see that it just seemed it did seem rather forced in the beginning.
I was just getting ready to say that.
I don't think they had any chemistry.
But they weren't supposed to. That's the whole thing. They weren't really supposed to have any
Well,
chemistry.
they were kissing on each other, so
No, she was coming on to him. He had no clue, and he's supposed to be that. Like Banner is. That's how Banner is pretty much all the time. That's why I said like it felt forced. Like she was forcing herself on him, and he was like, I don't know what you're doing.
It felt forced on the cat. I mean, like it just like came out of nowhere. Like there was no hint about it as far as like from the first movie. Then all of a sudden now in the second movie she's got a crush on him or whatever. I mean, it just seemed like it didn't belong. And I still didn't know why. And I'm sure that's part of the reason why the Hulk left at the end. It's nice to know that somebody his size can fit in the Quinjet and fly it.
He didn't fly it.
I know it was on autopilot, but
And then the ship just fell into the water.
he's like sitting in the aisle there. Yet he can't fit in the chair, but yeah, he could press the buttons with no problem. He could turn off the TV or turn off the whatever you call it, the monitor.
Yeah, he just tapped the screen.
Yeah, I mean, but come on. He should have broke the screen, like
He didn't punch it. Like
I know, but his tap is as strong as like a few people's punches.
Well, clearly this Hulk is not the type of Hulk that clearly he has restraint. He actually does. He does show that he has the ability to restrain.
Yeah, what was up with the Rockabye Baby, the lullaby thing?
Well,
that was so fucking stupid.
I was like, come on.
You guys don't remember this? This is in the comic.
I haven't read.
No, I don't. I never read the Hulk.
Oh my god!
I don't read Black Widow and Scar. No,
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Well, it wasn't Widow that did it, but it was created
Betsy
by
Ross.
It was created by Banner because when he's raged out, he needs something to bring him down. So he created this it's kind of a meditation type thing, to get them to focus on her voice and then focus on her touch, and that's supposed to bring him out of the Hulk thing. It's something that he designed it specifically for that reason, because once he's Hulk, he can't bring himself out of the rage. Somebody has to do it for him.
But how does he know to trust that person that's trying to bring him out? Is what
How does David Banner know, or
how does the Hulk know?
No, he practices it with I mean, specifically, he does it with whoever it is that he chose. So when he does it with Betsy in the comics, like that's why. Like I mean, I guess when it's designed to work specifically with her. It's not like I don't know how I'm explaining it, but it's pretty much like something that he developed specifically so that he could get out of this trance, this Hulk trance. So it's not something that I mean maybe it might have looked it didn't play out right on the film, like it just looked cheesy, but it's actually a thing that's from his run.
Okay, but I mean,
And it's like a meditation thing.
I mean, it did look cheesy on screen. I mean, I got it as meditation because the way she touched his forearm, touched his hand, she's like trying to touch points on his body that's gonna help him to relax. But I was like, they could have done it another way. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna dance. Scarlett Johansson touch me on my arm. I'm gonna relax too. Calm down.
Really? You're gonna relax the Scarlett Johansson touch you on the arm?
I will ball up and just curl up next to her, sleep like a baby. That's what she tells me to do.
That's the last thing I'm thinking about is sleeping. But yeah, I'm like, well, that was okay. I mean, I didn't have a huge deal with it. I just thought it was kind of cheesy, just like the as Lorenzo puts it, the lunchbox picture was. I mean, it was kind of cool and cheesy all at the same time.
I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah, Malik.
I thought that was really cool.
It's kind of cool and cheesy, like the scene in Avengers 1 where they all get together in Manhattan, they stand there and the Hulk is like screaming or yelling, and the camera pans around and all of them are together like a team. That looked really cool. This looked kind of cartoonish with the way they, like they jump and then they all like in sync, like like a Japanese anime cartoon or something.
It was badass, man.
That was
Look,
awesome, man.
That's what it looked like like the end of or like the freeze frame of an 80s action flick, like ha, and then like and they're flying through the air. Again, it wasn't bad. It was like it was cool, and to me it was cool and kind of cheesy all at the same time. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, again, it was cool, but cheesy.
hey guys, I got an idea. How about we do like we'll write down a list of topics, very specific, like the trailers, the first action sequence, the death of Quicksilver. We'll list them all out, and then we'll give each one 2 minutes. Like the subject. Like we'll just talk about it for 2 minutes, and then with a hard clock, where like somebody's keeping a clock, and it's like counts it down. Okay, that's time, and then we move on to the next subject, and we hit like I don't know as many as we can. Depends on how many we have. If we have a bunch, then we can do 2 minutes. I guess if we don't have that many, we could do 3. But I imagine we would have a bunch, right? Like right now, we're just talking about the battle sequence at the beginning. There's still the matter of the death of Quicksilver. The romance between Scarlett Johansson and Bruce Banner. Is it Bruce Banner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what else am I missing?
The birth of Vision.
The birth of course, yeah, the birth of Vision.
Shit, the birth of Ultron.
The birth of Ultron.
Malik, are you gonna write these down and then like go through them?
Am I gonna be the time Nazi on this one? Because
I mean,
you're usually really good at that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should be
I'll
the time
nominate
Nazi.
you.
all right, I'll be the timekeeper. I'll just you do all the talking, but I'll announce when times are up or whatever.
All right. So we're gonna do.
You don't have to say like times. Just say okay. Let's move on.
I think it'll
What's
be
the
more
next one?
fun. It'll be more fun if we like are serious about the countdown.
Vision. Why did the Hulk leave at the end of the movie? Because I was like, why is he leaving?
Because he's dangerous. What do you mean?
He's always been dangerous. What's the big deal?
It seemed like he never really got over what he did in Africa.
Yeah, he
He
must have.
never really got over that.
Yeah,
He
like
must
they
have
kept
killed.
insinuating.
How did he not kill anybody?
Oh, I'm sure people died. He just didn't directly punch anybody and kill them. I'm sure plenty of people died in
I'm
that
sure he
whole
killed plenty of people in the Battle of New York. I'm sure he killed plenty of people tons of
He's
times.
definitely killed people.
Okay, let's
Uh,
talk about let's make that a subject too. Then the Hulk death count, or how many, or
and
even how many people have been killed in Avenger movies, if you like count all the city destruction.
yeah, I don't believe they got everybody off that rock. There wasn't. It was like the Titanic. There wasn't enough lifeboats for all those people.
Oh, it looked like they did. And if they
Oh no,
didn't,
I
they would
know
have
they
said
did.
something.
I mean, I know they did, but I'm saying, like, come on.
How many
How
people
many
was it?
thousands of people? I mean, how many lifeboats you got? And how fast could you load all those people?
Joe, if you got a calculator, maybe you could do some calculations, and that could be one of the
No
2-minute
idea. I'd be
movie
pulling those
subjects.
numbers out of my ass. I have no clue
I think
how
you're
many
pretty
people
good at
were on
that.
top of there.
I didn't see the, I didn't look. I don't know. I don't know what the math is like, but I'm pretty sure you could fit. I'm pretty sure you fit 2,000 people in a train. So
Yeah, but they didn't have a train.
those are bigger than train cars, and there were, I
Those
think,
are
like
big.
6 or 7 of them.
First off,
They're
okay,
huge.
you may have the train cars, but did they have a loudspeaker? Every report to the east side of the island, the floating island. Let's get everybody
They were
over
already
there.
there.
Everybody was not there. Did you see how big of a rock that was up there?
It was the entire
Yeah,
city.
it was the entire city. How the hell they have everybody relocated that quickly? And how are people getting over there? Is shit falling apart? How do people on the either side get all the way over there so fast?
And Joe, are you really dissecting a comic book movie?
No,
are you
I'm just
really,
not
really trying
dissecting
to
it.
understand the physical methods of how this comic book
No,
movie
my
does
point
not
is
make
no.
sense?
That you're missing my point. You're missing the point. The point is, people are dying. The superheroes are killing people all the time. Is what I'm saying. That's
They're
all.
indirectly killing people.
Indirectly killing people all the time.
Yes,
So
there's a big difference. There's a big difference between indirectly killing people and basically he was directly attacking people.
no, well, Scarlet Witch was directly attacking people, not him. So Wanda should feel bad, not the Hulk.
Okay.
I think they should all feel bad. Really, really bad.
Yeah, because it's 11:30, so we should really
Exactly.
feel bad.
Hold
What
on.
else?
What? Oh, we got to talk about the Infinity Gauntlet.
That Thanos put on the glove.
Gauntlet, yeah. And
Hopefully that brings in Guardians of the
listen,
Galaxy.
listen, this is what I have. I got trailers.
Why do you want to talk about the trailers?
Because I like Johanna's story. It made me laugh. What? I did. Let's see. So then after that, we got Avengers Death Count, which we'll talk about with the Hulk, or we'll just talk about the Hulk's death count in general, and then that'll bring up the Avengers.
Oh, that'll bring up the Hulkbuster suit definitely, because that was pretty cool.
No, I think that should have its own 2 minutes. Hulkbuster suit.
Well, I'm saying they could be followed by after the Hulk, then you could bring up the Hulkbuster suit itself.
Right. And then so I got trailers, Hulk death count, opening action sequence, death of Quicksilver, birth of Ultron, birth of the Vision, Infinity Gauntlet, Hulkbuster suit. What else do we need?
And what about what was it? The welcome party? What party was that they had? When Ultron supposedly kills Jarvis. Remember they were all having a party?
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
god,
was
that
the-
What was that for the
party.
veterans? What was that for?
No. It was just a party to
Oh,
celebrate.
those are Cap's
them.
friends. Those are Cap's
Yeah,
friends.
Cap's friends. They were just celebrating
Just
whatever they
celebrate.
had done.
How
Yeah,
awesome they
celebrating. Yeah, I'm like they were like the last ones. I was like, who's leaving that party early? You got the Avengers there. I'm trying to hang out there as long as I can. But anyway, yeah,
You got to kick me out of that place.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be like, I'm hanging out with the superheroes as long as I can.
were.
Okay, so yeah, we got trailers, Hulk death count, opening action sequence, death of Quicksilver, birth of Ultron, birth of the Vision, Infinity Gauntlet, Hulkbuster suit, hanging out with the superheroes. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I don't think I don't think we need to talk about that part, but
Okay,
I was
I
just
can
bringing it up.
take that off. So if
You
we
can
did
take it
2 minutes,
off.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. If we left in hanging out with the superheroes, that'd be 18. So we have room for like a couple more topics, or we could just make
Don't
them.
worry. The stuff is just gonna. The conversation will go different ways. I'm trying to think what else. What else happened? Do you want to talk about the action sequences on the in the city at the end when they're fighting, or the action sequence when they're trying to uh, steal what would turn out to be the Vision? You know, in between the freaking the truck to the plane and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Uh,
who had he? They were really still in the Wisdom Stone, right? That was like the main.
Mind.
the mind.
The Wisdom Stone was.
No, it's the mind gem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mind.
That's I know what I want to talk about. I need to know how the hell do they just where the hell did they leave Loki's scepter? That's what I want to know. And how the hell did Hydra get a hold of it? I just can't believe Loki drops the scepter in the Avengers. Nobody goes to look for it.
No, he didn't drop the scepter. Remember, they used the scepter to close the portal
Okay.
at the end of Avengers. They used the scepter to close the portal. Well, obviously it was
They
stolen.
use the scepter on the roof of the Stark building, or what would become Avengers headquarters,
Right.
with the other Doctor. They're on the top. They use the
Yeah.
scepter.
No. Remember, it gets stolen by Ultron. Steals it. Well, wait. I'm sorry. You're wondering how Hydra got it to begin with.
How Hydra even got the scepter?
Well, it's completely possible, being that 90%.
Shield just left it behind. Just
No. But being that 90% of like 60% of Shield was Hydra, it's completely possible that some member of Hydra was a Shield member and stole the scepter during. It's completely possible. I mean,
you're right. It is possible. I would have liked an answer to that. Just like
no, I'm sure that it happened. I'm sure that that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think about it, but I'm sure that at some point in time it was meant. It's either been mentioned or it actually happened, and we just
no.
didn't.
I mean, like the end of the end of Thor: The Dark World was what, the Infinity Stone, right? The end of what happened at the end of Winter Soldier? Oh, nothing. They just talked about how they're gonna go after the Winter Soldier. And what was the other Marvel movie? I'm not counting Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, I mean, in Iron Man 3, what happened at the end of Iron Man 3?
No, the end of Winter Soldier is when they introduced the twins.
Yeah, that's what introduced
Guys,
the twins.
you want to just begin?
Yeah.
Um,
Ready to go. Whenever
I have a list of things for us to talk about, and I have the countdown timer.
All right.
Are you gonna
So,
list them in
I'll do it.
chronological order of how
I
the movie
don't. No,
happened?
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to call them out the way they are. I don't think it matters whether or not they're in chronological order. It's just going to be 2 minutes about that one thing.
All right.
All right, let's hit it.
Let's do a quick one.
All right. Yeah, I got it.
Yo, what's up again, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome once again to the Agents of Helm. Look, I'm just gonna get right to the point. Avengers, Age of Ultron, Avengers once again. Yeah, it came out last week. Came out on Friday, May 2nd, and everyone, all the agents got a chance to see it. So today's show is going to be all about Avengers: Age of Ultron, and let's just kick it off. What you guys think of it?
Hey Malik. Okay, so I want to try something here. All right.
Okay.
I want to set a timer, and I'm just gonna call out like something for us to talk about, and then we'll have 2 minutes, and then when the 2 minutes is up, we're gonna jump on to just a different thing.
Cool.
Are you guys okay with that?
Let's do
Let's
it.
do this thing.
All right. So set. Okay, so I'm about to start the 2-minute timer, and the first thing we want to talk about are trailers. Go.
Well, I can't say anything about trailers. I didn't get any when I saw the show.
I saw one trailer, and I can't remember what it was, but Johanna, I think, saw the same trailer. Can you tell the people about the trailer, Johanna?
Okay, so this trailer was really awesome. It was so awesome that I pumped my fist in the air in front of a bunch of crappy teenagers. But I don't know the name of the movie. I don't know who was in it. I don't know what it was about. I just know that it wasn't a horror film, and it wasn't the various films that we've narrowed it down to. So someday I'll know. Like, it's not like Jurassic World or anything.
But do you know what genre? You don't know. You're not sure about the genre either, right?
I mean, I like sci-fi-ish. I want to say it wasn't. It was action maybe, but it wasn't horror. And I remember there was a shot of like an aerial shot, like trailing along like a mountain with.
Oh well, that's more. That's okay. Because mention a green forest. I remember you said that, and then now you also remember sort of like an airplane view of like
Yeah, like
mountains
an
and
aerial
stuff.
view. Yeah, trees.
Okay, so you people at home who are listening to this, if you saw the trailers and that rings any kind of bell, please let us know because we want to get to the bottom of it. Because Joe has no idea, Malik has no idea what this trailer is, and I'm not too sure either.
Yeah, for Johanna, this is like the movie equivalent of a drunken sex night. Like, I got drunk. It was a great night. It was awesome. Amazing things happened. I hit levels I never hit before, but
I hit level.
God help me if I can remember the person's name, if I can remember where
All
I
right.
met them.
I'm gonna call it the Infinity
one.
trailer.
Time out. I mean, time's up. Good job, guys. All right, next one, another 2 minutes. Opening action sequence. Go.
Yeah, Joe thinks it was campy.
No, I didn't say it was camp. I said the campy part was when they did the freeze frame.
That was
There's
awesome.
kicking in the air.
Joe,
the
I
Japanese
had
anime.
the Avengers lunchbox, man. I had one. That to me, that's what the Avengers are. More than a comic book or anything else, a movie franchise, they are a lunchbox. Because that was like the first lunchbox I had.
There are lunchbox.
Except for maybe I might have had a Duke the Hazzard lunchbox before that one, but then it was the Avengers, and I remember thinking that my lunchbox was the coolest, and that scene just was my lunchbox. Malik can back me up on this. That was sweet.
No, absolutely, man. It was. I really liked the intro. I've heard some reviews of people that didn't, and they suck. The intro was great. It like reintroduced the entire group, the whole cast, all over again, and just gave you that and showed them all doing hot shit. My personal favorite of that sequence is Captain America when he first introduces and he throws the shield and it hits like 4 people and comes back. So awesome scene when he's
and then when he throws the
motorcycle.
Bike
Oh gosh, that was awesome. That was awesome. And of course, when he tells Tony Stark language, it was great.
that was the running joke for the whole movie.
Yes, absolutely. Because we're grown ass adults. Who the hell says language? Like who the hell does that? Oh man, that was a great scene. I liked it.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It was a great scene. I mean, I just told you, it just had the Japanese anime. Hiya! It was cool and it was cheesy all at the same time. I like when the Hulk ran through the what do you call it?
The bunker.
Yeah, through the bunker.
Yeah, when she called for backup, or
yeah, when after Barton got shot.
Okay, time up. Time up. Now we're gonna talk about Hulk death count. Go. 2 minutes.
How many people did Hulk kill in Africa?
Joe, I want you to take the calculator and I want you to calculate how many people you think the Hulk killed in Africa.
All right, here, hold on. According to my figures, to the CompuBox numbers, I've come up with a number of 1,937 people.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Killed 1,009 because he knocked down a whole building. But then again, it really wasn't him. It was Wanda controlling his mind. Because the Hulk would never do something like that, not on purpose.
He's the Hulk. Yes, he would.
Wouldn't
That's
do
the
that
whole
on
point.
Hey, listen,
he
if he-
goes
if-
crazy.
If he can be put to sleep by a lullaby, he's not killing people on purpose.
If he
Nobody
goes-
was singing him lullabies.
If he goes crazy, there's no telling what he could possibly do. Here's the thing. Here's the question that I have. Okay, the Hulk is breaking shit up in Africa. Remember when Iron Man gets a thing and puts him in that like metal cage type thing?
Yeah.
How
He
come
broke the
no one
street.
fucking ran? How come everybody's still just standing there and looking at this? The cops are standing there with their guns, and they're thinking that what they're going to do something about this.
The Hulk was
They shot
contained, according to
I
them.
did not understand.
Why not
that.
run?
Like, who's
Get
gonna
the hell out of
shoot
there!
a gun at the Hulk? It's the Incredible Hulk.
Exactly.
He threw like a car of people, right? Like cops died. He killed a couple of cops. He
He
must.
had to have killed some police
He
officers.
killed lots of people, 1,937.
And then how
I
many?
know
how
you've
many
seen what he could do.
Yeah, and then that's not even counting the city scene from the last movie where, I mean, it must have been in the thousands easily.
Yeah,
How many people-
thousands. I mean, but they were all responsible for that. I mean,
All right,
along with the Chitauri.
we got 4 more seconds. Last words.
Hulk's awesome. And he
All right.
shit.
Here we go. Good job. This next one is Death of Quicksilver. Go.
Johanna, get Johanna some tissues.
Such
She's
a
still crying
fucking
about it.
senseless death. It's not just the death itself, although I have to say Quicksilver is one of my favorite characters, but what was the point of it all?
Wait, is he your favorite character because he's like Scandinavian?
He's Russian.
All right, same
Russian.
shit. Russian, Scandinavian, same shit. He ain't
Okay,
American.
look. Before
I
we get
think we
into
need to put a
Vikings,
disclaimer.
It's all tucked away out there.
before we get into Vikings again, we had a debate about whether or not he could actually stop the bullets, and my point was that if he's going fast enough, he will gain enough density where the bullets will not be able to go all the way through him because of Einstein and stuff. So
Because of
Because
Einstein
Einstein
stuff.
I think you explained. No explanation needed. Einstein stuff is
Einstein stuff.
that covers it.
But Malik, you're saying that he doesn't go that fast.
Well, look, he's not as fast. He's not the fastest. He's the fastest human in the Marvel universe, or he's the fastest being in the Marvel universe. He's not, by comparison, he's not faster than the Flash.
Okay, you got 45 seconds, my man. Break it down.
So here's the thing. Quicksilver is a mutant, which means that he has a heightened ability that he was born with, that it gives him the ability to get usually I believe that the limit is about Mach 4, Mach 5, which is just higher than the speed of sound. The difference between that is that humans have limits. Obviously, they have limitations. Even though he's a mutant, he still has some kind of a limit that he can't reach, that he can't go beyond. The Flash is just a human being, but what the accident that turns the Flash into the Flash does is it allows him to tap into something called the Speed Force, which actually has no limits.
10 seconds.
As long as he's continuing to tap into that Speed Force, he does not have any limits. He can go faster than the speed of light. The Flash is faster than Quicksilver. Bottom line.
You can't argue with that. You broke it down. Okay. Birth of Ultron.
So
Bottom
Tony
line.
Stark is a daddy. Tony Stark
You
is a
know that
daddy.
ain't his only kid, man. You know
Huh?
that ain't his only kid.
That's the only one he knows about.
Yeah.
And
He's
Ultron
one of
has some
us.
daddy issues, obviously, because he can't stand his father, but he wants to be his father. You
Isn't that
know?
how it always is?
Huh?
Classic.
Yeah, it's
Very
classic.
Freudian.
Yeah, he hates his father, but he wants to be his father. And the thing that bothered me is with Ultron, we thought he killed Jarvis, but he can't keep a good CPU down. Apparently,
I don't know if I bought into that whole thing there.
the Jarvis went into hiding.
I mean, it was kind of cool though when you see the two holograms of their brains like doing battle, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I think there's more to it than just
you
like
gonna dispute the Joss Whedon's theory on this? And
I don't care. It was better. It was way better than that Johnny Depp movie Transcendence. It looked like that. That's probably what Transcendence was trying to be, with some artificial intelligence. That was 5 seconds of them fighting each other.
Alright, so real quick, I don't know how many seconds we have left, Lorenzo, but exactly
42.
the artificial intelligence came from the Scepter. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the Scepter had the Infinity Stone in it,
Yes.
So did that intelligence come from the Infinity Stone? I mean, where is this AI coming from? And
So an interesting
They used
concept
the
that
scepter, right?
so you're telling me that AI was there in the first one too? I mean, it
right.
just
It's been there the entire time. An interesting concept. I don't know. We probably don't have enough time to go into it, but
That's like
someone brought up an interesting concept that this entire thing with the creation of Ultron and the artificial intelligence was set up initially by Thanos.
that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Birth of the Vision. Go.
It was freaking cool. It was
Yeah.
freaking cool.
He
I
just
mean, it
rolls
was
up to the place.
you know, when he popped out of that, I don't know, for lack of a better term, I don't know, I'm just gonna call it a coffin. That's what it looked like. When he, or by that body transport, I guess we can call it a body
It
transport,
had a
whatever.
name. It was like because it was what she used, right? The hibernator or whatever. It was
Yeah,
what she used to
whatever.
grow
Yeah,
skin or
yeah.
cells.
But when it came out, it was pretty cool. I don't know why he turned red and all that stuff.
I was thinking
'Cause,
of what's his name, Red Tornado from DC, but then I was like, oh wait, it took me a while to figure out who it was. I'll admit it. Because then he looked just like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah,
For a while, he looked just like Dr. Manhattan, and
but
then
they, like he came out, he was supposed to be so strong and like I guess like I mean unbeatable, but yet he, you know, it seemed like in the big fight he wasn't like I expected him to take out way more Ultron bots than he did.
yeah, I mean, he seemed like preoccupied with like the higher level stuff, you know?
Yeah,
He wasn't really going for those guys. He was more focused on handling Ultron.
It seemed a bit like he just disappeared at some point.
yeah, like he was
Yeah.
gone.
He just like was not
He was,
over
like,
there and
really
kinda
involved.
came
It's like
back.
we couldn't get Paul Bettany for this scene, so we're gonna piecemeal something together. He'll be there at the beginning. He'll be there at the end. Like at the rest of the time, he really wasn't there. I mean, he was there for the nice group shot at the when they all got around the what do you call it?
It
The
was like a
the little drill
generator,
thing, the
yeah.
drill
It
thing,
was,
whatever.
yeah.
9
Yeah, I
seconds.
mean, it was cool.
Okay, the next one we have is the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's a nice glove.
It is
It's a nice glove.
Some bling
It's
bling.
better than Jamie Lannister's
Too bad. Too bad.
Not
Manny
as cool
Pacquiao.
as
Manny
the last-
Pacquiao didn't have it.
Last Dragon Gauntlet.
Did you say too bad Manny Pacquiao didn't have one?
Too bad Manny Pacquiao didn't have that glove. Might have helped him out this weekend.
It reminded me of Beyonce's single ladies glove a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, he has none of the stones. I thought he had at least one of the stones.
No, he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any of the stones. So
No.
where are the stones split? Okay, so we know the Collector had one,
The Collector has one.
right? We know there's one
The
on
Nova Corps. The Nova
the
Corps has
Nova
one.
Corps has another. Vision has one.
He has one. And then the fourth one is shit. I know
I don't
this.
think they showed us all the stones yet. So I mean, if we
He
don't
said
know
they've
where they
seen
are,
four. He said they've seen 4.
how many did Sif give them?
Asgard. It's on Asgard. Sorry,
No,
Asgard.
but remember, Sif brought it to the Collector at the end of Dark World, right? So how many did they bring to the Collector?
1.
Only the one. Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The Collector has one. There's one on Asgard. The Tesseract is on Asgard.
The Tesseract is an Infinity Stone?
Yeah, the Tesseract is the power gem.
Okay.
That's on Asgard. And then you have the one that the Collector has, the one that the Nova Corps has, and then
Yeah, but the
one...
Collector lost his whole house, man. I mean,
Does the Collector still have the Infinity Stone?
I know he still has Howard the Duck. But
I think that's all he's got left.
he still has the Infinity Stone.
I believe he still does. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he still has an Infinity Stone.
Man, I don't remember what exactly happened at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy with the stone.
Well, the stone that they had at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the one they gave to the Nova Corps at the very
Right, and we know Star-Lord can absorb the power of the stone.
No, he can't. He can't absorb it completely.
Time up.
Not completely.
Time up.
He did all right. He got halfway there.
Hulkbuster suit. Go.
Oh man, probably the one thing I was waiting for most. in that film. And again, I said it before when the trailer first came out. I wish that they hadn't showed it to us in the trailer, but I'm glad that I got a chance to see it and see it in its full glory and see everything that he could do with it. It was great.
In the trailer, did they show the jackhammer scene?
No.
No.
In the trailer, they only show him kind of that
Just
scene
coming
where
out, yeah.
And the
where
Hulk
he's
throws
like,
the car at him, and then
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really small scene, and it doesn't allude to the fact that there's like a 15-minute fight coming. But
Yeah.
No, that was a nice. I really liked that one.
Yeah, that was that's probably one of the better scenes in the whole film. That fight between them.
And he finally did he win at the end of the scene?
technically, yes,
Yeah.
because the Hulk gets up and gets out of his daze or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I love the fact that he had like multiple Hulkbuster suits just ready to go. Like every time he broke one, there was a replacement part just kept coming.
Well, no, that's what that whole satellite was about.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty slick.
Yeah, that was nice. I wish that we could have things like that just flew into our hands, like the hammer and the shield, and yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be fun to be able to like just throw things and then have them come back at you like 2 hours later?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you know what?
Like your water bottle, that'd be handy. You throw your water bottle and
Call
then,
the satellite, have it send the water bottle to you.
and then it would just come around, and when when I was thirsty again, I would just have it come back to me.
I was just amazed at the speed at which the Hulkbuster suit got to him. Like, he called the satellite, and like 2 minutes later, it was there.
Yeah, that's like really. It's like what, 300 miles away?
That's better than Amazon, man. That's
All right. Hanging out with the superheroes. So I think this is in regards to the party and how you wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to leave, but can we change this up a little bit? How about where does Shield go from here? I mean, because I really wanted to know what's going on with Shield.
Well, Shield still doesn't exist.
It still does not exist. Okay.
Yeah, because that wasn't Shield.
I know it wasn't, but by the end of the movie, they had the helicarrier. Marie Hill's at the comms. They had a full staff. It seemed like they had a full staff on the helicarrier. So, where'd those people come from?
No, they didn't have a full staff. They had like 3 dudes.
No, 3 people cannot fly that thing.
They had that one guy.
Sorry.
They had that one guy who was controlling the ships. They had Maria. They had.
Wow, Malik, you've seen this movie how many times? Twice, right?
Yeah.
They have more than that. You
I
have
don't know. Malik would.
There were not that many
better
people on
than
that bridge. Joe, that bridge was not.
All right, so it's kind of like you guys love Star Trek, right? You love the Enterprise. You only see a couple of people on the bridge, but when you get underneath it, there's like hundreds of people, right? Keeping that thing afloat. I can't imagine there's nobody underneath, like actually powering the thing.
It's all done with robots. Think about it. They have
robots.
They have like Iron Man technology. Like their robots can do everything. Like, they don't even need people anymore, really.
Look, hey, you know what? I'm sure that he could come up with some way of powering that thing without needing a lot of manpower, because he doesn't have any.
I know, but the fact that he was able to get his hands on a helicarrier,
it's one of the old ones.
Yeah, you don't just keep that shit in the garage. Yeah, I got my helicarrier and it's in the garage. That thing takes up like a city block, or more than one city block.
All right, so the next one is the scene when they steal Vision, or they steal his what was that thing that he was in, like the incubator?
The sarcophagus.
Yeah, right. The coffin. Yeah.
The coffin. Yeah, the scene. Joe, what happens in that scene when they get it? I don't remember.
Well, that's when Ultron is trying to. When Ultron drops the Infinity Stone in there, and he's trying to download all his stuff into Vision, and he keeps getting
have enough
off.
time. Yeah.
He doesn't have enough time because the Avengers are hot on his tail. So he's trying to.
Wasn't that the plot of...
They're in Australia. They're in Australia. Remember, he kills the. It was not Australia. Where were they? They're in. Malik, where were they?
Yeah, don't really actually say.
No, they do say. They
Do
definitely
say
say.
exactly where it is. I don't recall exactly the location. I know.
Was it Korea?
Korea. They were in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, because they remember the doctor's Korean. Um,
So she
and
just went home.
Yeah, she just went home, and
Really racist.
yeah, he goes farther because she has she can create bodies or whatever. She can create human tissue, and he wanted to be human, or be an android rather. So he drops the Infinity Stone, and he's trying to download all his knowledge into what would become Vision.
Yeah,
he
that's
keeps
what I was
getting-
saying. They were really after the Infinity Stone more than anything else, right?
Well, yeah, but they also didn't want him to take on a human form because then he would be unstoppable.
Yeah. So they wanted to get it away from him, but they also,
Right.
but what they needed though from it was the Infinity Stone. They weren't necessarily worried about that was.
Did they even know that there was an Infinity Stone in there?
They.
I mean, I think so, right?
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I
know.
don't think they knew there was an
No.
Infinity Stone in
They
there.
didn't know what. They didn't know what that was.
Okay, so then the next subject is Hydra and the Scepter. So that translates nicely. Like, how did they get it, and what the hell?
I think Joss Whedon just wrote it in the script that they got the scepter, because at the end of the first Avengers, you really don't know where the scepter is. It just kind of they use it to close the hole of the portal in the first Avengers, and all of a sudden, they get the Tesseract, Thor gets Loki, they go back to Asgard, and they just leave the scepter behind. I don't know. I don't know. But Malik brought up a good point. You care to share that, Malik?
Yeah. So basically, Hydra is, in the Winter Soldier, we learned that Hydra is pretty much all inside of Shield. Just like at least half, probably more of the Shield agents had been turned into Hydra agents, and plus a lot of really high-ranking officials. Like the highest-ranking official of Shield was actually a Hydra agent. So it's completely possible that during the actions that happened in the Winter Soldier when Shield was destroyed, that someone, one of the converted Hydra members, took the scepter in the rubble, and that's how Hydra got their hands on it. But I do think it's an interesting point that nobody actually mentions it. It's not mentioned anywhere. You would have thought that would have stood out to everybody.
It's kind of like the fall of Russia or the Soviet Union. Like then you just had those nukes just running around, and so maybe somebody just grabbed one and.
They're still running around.
Yeah, so we just grabbed it. Maybe it was Agent Ward.
That
It was
would be
Agent
cool. That would be cool.
That would be cool, right? If it was Agent Ward.
That would be cool
He
if
took
it was him. If it was him the whole time, that would be awesome.
We should have our own little fan fic. We should make our own little movie of the Avengers, with our little side plot and our theories about what really happened. All right, last topic is Red Witch versus. And so I think what this one is about is just how powerful the Red Witch is, and if anybody could stop her,
You mean Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Well, Scarlet Witch, I mean, the mutant character Scarlet Witch.
I was thinking of Game of Thrones. My bad.
So the mutant character of the Scarlet Witch from the Marvel Comics is actually responsible for the death of 98% of all the mutants in the Marvel Universe when she loses her grip on reality and completely destroys the universe. Like the Marvel Universe, basically, as it stood, and kills all the mutants. Kills basically every mutant. And
When did that happen?
House of M.
Oh, House of M. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of House of M. So her ability is pretty much it's pretty damn destructive, to say the least. And in Marvel, the mutants are probably the most powerful of beings because there's no godlike Superman type characters, or there just aren't that many in the Marvel universe. So she's damn powerful. I mean, as a matter of fact, her and her pops are probably the most powerful, two of the most powerful mutants.
Magneto.
Yeah, and Quicksilver got the short end.
Not Magneto in the movie, though.
No,
No,
not
not
in the
in the
movie
comic.
world, no.
They can't use Magneto, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
She was created by Hydra.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? And how Quicksilver really wasn't Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, I don't think they're. I mean, are they allowed to use those names? I know in X-Men
No,
they
they're
could
not.
not.
I don't
Yeah.
even think. I don't think they didn't call him Quicksilver in X Men, did they?
No,
No.
he was Peter
He's
Yeah, he was,
Maximoff.
right. He was Peter Maximoff. And then in this one, they didn't call him Quicksilver. I'm like, come on, somebody's got to be able to call him Quicksilver.
Yeah, that's what I.
That's
Yeah.
Uh,
true. Like, I guess they just were like, nobody can have it. But so I got that was time's up. But I got one more bonus topic, which is the new Avengers. And what did you guys think of them? I know Joe wasn't all that. Like the idea of those guys being the Avengers and going to see them at the movies just didn't appeal to you, right?
no. I don't want to see an Avengers movie that has War Machine. Well, that has obviously Captain America, uh, and Black Widow, but along with the Falcon, War Machine, Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. Nah. Yeah, I would still want Iron Man, Thor, and the Hulk
No, I
to
mean,
be part of that team.
I'm totally into that. This is what the Avengers really is. It's what it's always been. It's like it's a hodgepodge of every hero. Just about every hero in the Marvel universe is or has been an Avenger at some point in time. So there's a lot of offshoot stories
Yeah,
about
but
these
there's always the
characters.
core. The
Well,
Thor,
there's no,
Hulk, Iron
there's
Man,
yeah, absolutely.
they're the core.
There's definitely the core ones. It doesn't mean I need to see them.
Yeah.
Thor is a relatively boring person.
Who?
Thor is a relatively boring person.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And like I've been looking at Tony Stark's he's been Iron Man for like the better part of 10 years now. So,
Yeah.
whatever. I can live with him not being in there, especially because Don Cheadle is funny.
And the Incredible Hulk is just like, isn't he all CGI anyway? Like he could just make
Yeah,
a
he is.
cameo. Like,
He is.
Go
I wouldn't mind getting me a She-Hulk up in there.
I don't know if I can handle a She-Hulk.
Well, that's something I noticed with the new Avengers is that it just with the choice, and I don't know, it might be something that's based in the comics, but it just seemed like they're really trying to diversify the group, since the group has mostly been white men and Scarlett Johansson, and I think they're kind of throwing Wanda in there and Warhammer. I'm sorry if that's not his name.
War Machine.
War Machine and Falcon, and to sort of diversify like the group, so it's not just a bunch of white guys.
Johanna, that was time's up, but now I want to add a second bonus round, and I want it to be Johanna's 2 minutes, where Johanna just gets, because I feel like you should just continue with whatever you want to talk about for 2 minutes.
Okay, no pressure. No, I just think, I mean, I think it's a smart move, and I mean, I was talking to my brother about it, and he's read the Marvel comics, and he's like, no, but he's like, but they're actually black, and I'm like, yeah, no, I understand that, but the way that they're brought in right now with all of these characters leaving, it is sort of, in my opinion, a way to diversify, and I hear you guys can like chime in. It's Falcon who's getting his own movie, and then Black Panther is what he told me.
I don't know if Falcon is getting. Falcon has not.
There was no Black Panther in this movie, right?
No.
He's not there.
And then they go to his country. I mean, then the part of Africa that they went to, wasn't that where Black
No.
Panther's from?
South Africa. They were in South Africa.
Were they?
Yeah, they were on the coast. They were on the South African coast.
No.
They mentioned Wakanda because they mentioned
They
that
did mention Wakanda.
right, because he stole the vibranium from Wakanda and left.
Oh, okay.
Claw, Ulysses Claw. But he's not in Wakanda when they go there.
When they get the tanker.
No, it's just
Okay.
it just I believe it says the African coast. I think that's just
Okay.
all it says.
Well,
They mentioned that. I said, Black Panther going to make an appearance?
Johanna, this is your time to shine.
oh my God, I'm just gonna keep rambling about the diversity stuff. No, I mean, I thought it was a great film. I thought it was. You all know.
10 seconds.
I think everybody knows that I was behind in the Marvel stuff, and now I am caught up, and I love Avengers too.
Great, yeah, I liked it too. Joe, you didn't feel that way though, right? I wanted this 2-minute Joe rant. Ready? Go.
I don't really rant about anything. I just thought it was. I thought the movie was very good. I'm not gonna. It was a very good movie, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. I just didn't. I thought it was inferior to the first one. I thought the first one was much better, and I had the feeling when I left the first one that I did not have when I left the second one. And that's because I think the second movie felt kind of like a retread of the first movie, where instead of Loki you have Ultron, instead of the Chitauri you have the Ultron robots running around. So, and I'm sensing a theme in a lot of these Marvel movies. Iron Man 3 you had a ton of robots running around. Avengers 2 you have a ton of robots running around. And all they did was fight the robots at the end. You switch Russia out for New York City, and it's pretty much the same end. It was the same thing. So, and I understand it. It's you got to keep all the characters involved. You can't have them all fighting the one villain. So at the same time, at least. So I get it. I just wish they could have come up with a more creative way to do it than giving me the same thing that I saw the first time around. But all in all, good movie. I most likely will see it again, but probably not in the next week or so.
You still have 30 seconds.
That's how many seconds?
30.
30.
25.
30. All right. So here's the other thing I want to mention. I think if the X-Men were in this, I think the X-Men bust the Avengers' ass. If they're afraid of 1 million, what are they going to do against 5? So if 1 million could take them down, and they're only dealing with Wanda, and they've never dealt with the Dark Phoenix, they're in big trouble. The Dark Phoenix is way more dangerous than Wanda.
All right, good job, Joe. I'm gonna like use my 2 minutes to just put a question to you guys whether or not you think the Avengers or the Justice League would win. And I'll let you argue it any which way you want, like who you want to put on each team. Totally up to you, whether you want to use movie, comic book. What do you guys think?
But the core of the Justice League would be the same, right? I mean, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, Green Lantern,
Shazam.
6. There's a 7th one we're not remembering.
It doesn't matter. I think those alone could be.
Aquaman, sorry.
Oh, how
I
did you
think-
forget Aquaman?
I think all those alone could beat the Avengers the way they are right now.
I agree. Yeah, what do you think, Malik? I agree with that completely.
It would be a good fight. I don't think that the Avengers. I mean, look. Here's the reality situation. If the Avengers use their entire team, we're talking, well over, 90 to 100 people.
We're just talking core members here.
the core group.
No,
Well,
I told Malik, if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way. It's totally
I
up to you.
mean,
If you want to
that's-
count like everybody, do you think that they would be able to beat the Justice League?
I mean, look, who's beating Superman? I think that's the main question. Is who Superman? Is it the Hulk? We've seen that happen before. We've actually seen a lot of these matchups in the past.
Shazam is just as powerful as he's
Exactly.
powerful as Superman.
Exactly.
Well,
So-
Superman beats the Hulk. I mean, at least that's the way I've seen it in the comic book.
Right,
Superman
and that's what I'm
Hulk.
saying. Like we've seen a lot of this before. Batman defeated Captain America. Superman defeated the Hulk. Wonder Woman, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Wonder Woman's beating pretty much anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like the characters in the Justice League, with the exception of Batman, are all like they all have like godlike abilities or strengths. And for the most part, the Avengers are humans with just heightened abilities or senses or skills, and that's it.
That's what I
So-
thought. DC Comics wins. The end of that conversation. Malik, so I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, and then you could just close us out after when you're done. Is
So
that
at the
cool?
end, that's fine. So at the end of it all, Marvel Avengers: Age of Ultron is a very good film. To a lot of what Joe was saying, it kind of hit on set things that you understood. That obviously Joss Whedon has developed a formula for how he wanted to do these films. he inserted in a couple of character development, character building, relationship building pieces, which which kind of took things to took things away from the main story a little bit. And I don't know how a lot of people received it. I mean, I know some people were just completely against the whole Hawkeye family relationship thing. Take it as you want. My real feeling about it is that it's this one more than the other one. The first one felt like an event. The first one felt like something. It was all of the other films was building up to this one event, and when this event happened, it was great. It was glorious for everybody that had braved through everything from 2008 Iron Man all the way up until 2012. 4 years of films that we had watched, and this was the culmination of that. This one feels like an engine to move the story forward. It's not groundbreaking. It's not doing anything that we haven't seen before. It's just moving the story forward. It doesn't make it a bad film. I've seen it twice. I plan on seeing it a third time. I really did enjoy the movie, and I really had a lot of fun watching it. But it does make it a film that it's not groundbreaking, and it doesn't invoke that feeling in you the way that other films do when it builds up to a crescendo, and really gives you that feeling of accomplishment when you come out of that film. So look, Age of Ultron, if you haven't seen it yet, run out, go see it. It's a very good film. Hopefully you've seen some of the other things before, but even if you haven't, just go and have fun. Take your kids. It's good. With the exception of a couple of languages, you should be fine. So that's it, everybody. For Lorenzo, Joe, and Johanna, I am Malik. We are the Agents of Helm. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Peace out.
That was quick. Should we say goodbye? Bye, guys.
Later.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
Alright, so should we knock out Game of Thrones real quick?
Sure.
20 minutes? Do a
20
Lorenzo special, 20 minutes?
Yeah,
Do you want to do the same thing? Because that kind of works.
2 minutes on
Or we could just if you want to do less topics and do more time, that's fine too. Like
yeah,
3 minutes.
there's only like 5 storylines, so
So
it'd be like 4 minutes of storyline, I guess.
cool.
What are the storylines? You have Tyrion on the boat, Daenerys with the Sons of Harpy.
Hold on, is Tyrion a whole thing though? Isn't he? Wouldn't you put him with Daenerys?
Well, I mean, no, because Daenerys is handling the Sons of Harpy, and Tyrion is being kidnapped by Jarmont Marmont, whatever his name is.
But nothing really happens though, right?
Nothing really happens. So I'm just listing out the stuff. I mean,
Right.
you have those 3 things. You have Tyrion, Sons of Harpy.
Daenerys.
Sons of Harpy is Daenerys.
Right.
The High Sparrows.
Right. Include Cersei.
Bronn and Jaime and Dorne. Cersei.
Oh, Bronn and Jaime and Dorne, and we can include the Sand.
The Sand chicks. Yeah, I'm gonna call them the Sand. The Sand. What do they call it? The Sand Vipers.
Sand snakes.
Sand snakes. Yeah. The Michelle Rodriguez sound alike, look alike.
Whale Rider.
Whale Rider. Yeah.
Also, Michelle Rodriguez sound alike.
Yes.
Is there some Jon Snow I'm forgetting about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, he turns down the Red Witch.
Oh, she was all in his pants.
Yeah.
Yep.
He should have waited like 5 minutes and then be like, nah, we're not gonna do that. What other storyline am I missing?
Is there enough Red Witch to go around for 4 minutes? Jon Snow turns down the Red Witch. What else happened? Anything?
Uh,
Oh, the scene with the dad and the daughter.
Dad and
Stannis.
daughter.
Stannis and his
Oh,
his daughter.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
had their little moment.
Yeah, they had the little.
Oh
Yes,
my
I
goodness,
love
that
you.
made me
I
cry.
love you. Look at what I did for you. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need to talk about that.
You see him turn into a human being though. Like he was hard as just stone, and then he softened. I don't think we need to talk about it either. But
What were the big things?
But
Grey
then-
Worm, but that's part of the Sons of Harpy.
Right.
Um,
Sansa is like she's.
Sansa.
Is there anything else that does she get 4 minutes or does she go with like just all the North stuff? Jon Snow and
Yeah, I
Stannis.
guess so.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, her part was like I don't even think it took 5 minutes. It was just what's his face saying goodbye, like you'll be okay, blah 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 blah,
And
and that
you'll
was
be
it.
Wardeness of the Bronx.
Yeah, Wardeness of the Bronx.
She was
that's right.
really liking that though.
And he gave her a kiss on the lips goodbye, and she looked like she didn't like it.
Yeah. She never seems jazzed about him.
Yeah. So
Okay, so then there's got to be one more thing that we're forgetting. Or did we say 4? 5 or 4? 5, right?
how many do you have?
I have
Main
Tyrion.
ones.
So Tyrion, Daenerys, and the Sons of Harpy are 1. High Sparrows and Cersei are another. I guess High Sparrows, Cersei, and her son. What's his name? Tommen.
Tommen,
Tommen and what's her face?
Marjorie.
Marjorie, Queen Marjorie.
Yeah, so they all go together. Bronn and Jaime, the Dorn Snakes, they all go together. Jon Snow turns down the Red Witch. Stannis and daughter. Sansa is the Warden of the Bronx. Are we forgetting something?
No, I think that's it.
Well, okay, then we can just talk for 5 minutes, right? For about each one.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
And
Malik,
that'll
are
get
you
us to
gonna-
20, right?
Yeah, that'll get us to 20. Malik, you want to do the intro?
I think Malik is taking care of some baby business
Baby business.
because he wrote on. I don't know if you saw the bubble pop up. He said he'll be back.
I'm gonna just where are you
He
guys?
said go ahead. He said go ahead and start, and he'll jump on as soon as he finishes up. So why don't you bring us in, Lorenzo?
Okay. I'll bring this in. Are we recording?
Yeah, we never stopped.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
All right.
so- yeah, because I would have had to stop and start a whole new one.
Right.
Invite you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to the Agents of Helm. This is our weekly where we deep dive into whatever show is going on usually, and of course this has been Game of Thrones time. So what we're gonna do is, in order to keep ourselves concise and really be dense about what we're talking about, we're going to do a timer thing. We tried it out once before. It seemed to work okay. And we've done it before. But we're going to get like 5 minutes to discuss 4 different sections of Game of Thrones. Joe, Johanna, Malik, he'll be with us in a second. He's tending to baby business. Did I say it right, Joe?
Baby business.
Baby business.
Business.
Business. And so, Johanna, we're gonna do like 5 minutes, and we're first gonna start with. Okay, so we just grouped them all together. So you guys should be able to see the list. The first one is Tyrion, Daenerys, Sons of Harpy. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah. So whenever you guys want to start, you go ahead and start.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I guess the whole episode starts out. What's the name of this episode again? It's
Faith Army? Something like that. Faithful Militant, I think it is.
That's the name of
no,
the.
it's called Sons of Harpy.
Yeah, Sons of
Oh,
Harpy.
really?
The Sons of Harpy episode.
Did you
Okay,
say faithful militants?
she's making stuff up.
Yeah, I thought I saw it, but clearly I did not.
Right. So, all right. So this episode titled "The Sons of Harpy" starts out with, was it Jarmont, whatever his name was, Jorah Mormont, stealing a boat, and taking Tyrion on the boat, and he's on his way to bring him to, ta-da! Spoiler alert, to Daenerys. Right. I think we all thought it was gonna be Daenerys anyway. So he's bringing them to they're on their way to see Daenerys, and Tyrion's like, haha, the joke's on you. I was going to see Daenerys anyway. I was on my way over there anyway, so you might as well just let me go. And he's not having any of it. And somehow, by his armor and everything that was on the boat, Tyrion was able to surmise that he was being held captive by Johanna. What's his name again?
Who was being
Sir Jarmont.
Jorah Mormont
Yes.
of Bear Island.
Right. Yes. So yes, he was able to deduce that based on the armor and the insignia on the armor that was his captor.
You gotta like him. He's so smart.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much where the Tyrion storyline ends right there. I mean,
Well,
pretty
he's
much go
going
back to him.
Daenerys, and
Yeah, so
quite a state right now.
yeah, I mean, Daenerys is over there. She's got like 100 people online waiting to talk to her. And what do those 100 people have in common?
They all
want to bring back the fighting pits. Come on, who doesn't like a good fight in a pit? She should just say yes.
It thins out the population.
So
Yeah.
I told you about my theory that
But now tell the people.
the Sons of Harpy, that they are actually the pit fighters. That's why they're so good at killing people. And so because they got to be connected somehow, right? Because they sure are making a big deal about these pit fights.
Yeah, so you would think if the Sons of Harpy, which they have pretty cool masks, looks like it's made out of gold or something, but
Yeah, all those
So
guys
you
are
would-
like rich, and
Yeah.
rich people would fight in the pit fights too.
you would think if you were Daenerys, you would if they are, the pit fighters, you would think, hey, I'm just gonna let them kill themselves. Why should they be killing my soldiers, my unsullied soldiers?
Or else, I just had an idea.
Let them kill themselves. So yeah, I mean, I think she should let the fights happen. Those people need to be entertained. Maximus said it best. Am I not here to entertain you? That's what they need to hear. You know?
Yeah, the gladiator thing, just
Yeah,
like the
that's right.
Avengers. Just like the Avengers, they need to follow the gladiator track. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you.
Let them do that. Let them fight. Daenerys, let them do it, or at least let them try to battle the dragons. I think we all would have fun with that. If the pit fighters had to fight a dragon,
That's what I said. That's my idea, Joe. Yeah, definitely.
let him fight a dragon every week. Let him get some good licks in there, and then he just like blows the fire and kills him.
Oh, actually, my suggestion was sacrifices to the dragon.
Yeah, sacrifice.
That's right.
You want to burn down the village,
No, just one person at a time. It
one
was
person at a time.
Yeah, tributes.
Scare the fuck out of them.
Yeah,
That's something the Aztecs would do.
Huh?
If the Aztecs had dragons, that would have been something they would have done.
Yeah.
Those would
So
be
they should have the
beautiful.
dragon fights every Tuesday night, or whatever they call Tuesday in Marine. Like have them every Tuesday night.
Oh,
Dragon
Malik,
fight.
Malik, are you there? Do you have
Yeah.
you wanna chime in on this? You got 38 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of. I know. I was just laughing. So I'm thinking of like a Tuesday night, Monday night football type of thing, where they're playing the music, the minstrel music, or something like that, preparing for the death of. yet
Malik, I
another
get the
pit
perfect
fighter.
name for it, Malik. It could be Tuesday Night Raw. For real.
The for real game.
For real, because they'll cook them. The dragon will cook them raw.
Oh,
I really don't understand why.
Wouldn't it be Tuesday night? Well done.
It'd be well done. Yeah.
I'm gonna admit the Paul Walker joke. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. So we got. What's our next subject to talk about? We have. Hold on, let me turn off the. Okay.
High
We
spec.
have
High Sparrows?
High Sparrows, Cersei, Tommen, and Marjorie. Those are all one group. Okay.
You know, I think Tommen's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to please his wife, and he's trying to please his mother. And you
I don't
can't
think
please
he's-
everybody. You need to pick one. You know, if your mother locks up your wife's brother, you know, you got to pick a side.
Yeah.
And Tommen, you know, I know he's only, what is he, like 12, 14 tops?
Yeah.
He's finally getting some. He don't want to ruin that.
He
So
couldn't send anybody else to go talk to the High Sparrow.
They don't have anybody. That's the whole thing. Like,
Cersei's sending everyone away.
yeah. Like, they don't, because everyone hates them and they want to kill them. I mean, they've got the Kingsguard, but the Kingsguard doesn't do shit without someone there. So, like, they've really isolated themselves. So while Cersei's like, yeah, I've got this power, it's like, yeah, but you don't have any fucking friends.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tommen, you know, I kind of felt bad for Tommen, you know, because here's this kid, he doesn't understand the power that he wields, you know, as this king, and he's not trying to really get anybody hurt. He's not, you know, of course, especially not himself. He just kind of wants to, you know, do whatever he needs to do so he can go back to having sex with his wife, because that's pretty much all this kid wants to do. You know, which I'm perfectly fine with. Marjorie Tyrell, that's pretty much what I would want to do too. I can't even delegate anything because my mom sent everybody away, so I can't delegate that this gets done. So I have to go do it myself. Like I would have, you know, personally, I felt for Tommen because I think that there was a part of him that probably wanted to sick the Kingsguard on those guys really, really badly, but he was just like, okay, that's probably not going to be a good idea. You guys don't understand, and I really wish that he was just like, you guys don't understand. I just want to get laid. I really wish he would have said that. I really wish he would have said that. Like, and they wouldn't have cared. But I was like, dude, y'all don't get it. Like,
I need my brother-in-law if I'm gonna get some.
Exactly.
I gotta free my brother-in-law.
You gotta let him out, okay?
She's
Just do me that
shut him
favor,
down.
okay?
Needs to
Because
do it.
until then, until her brother gets out, the bank is closed. So you know, ain't no more cashing them checks. So
I mean, he is the king, and he could just command her to give it up, but I guess he doesn't want to do that.
Oh,
no, he loves her.
I know.
he can't command anybody though, you guys. Like, just admit it.
I can't.
Like, he's kind of like, can I speak to? No. Oh, I can't. Okay, I'll come back later.
Do you think
See,
he'll
that's-
get Do you think he'll get any better, or do you think he's just gonna die?
I think
he'll get better.
he'll get better. You know, I don't know what his lifespan is going to be on the show. I don't know. At this current state, he may not last too long. But yeah, I know Joffrey wouldn't have taken it. Even like move Kingsguard, kill all these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, Joffrey was just as much of a bitch as Tommen was. She just hit it very well.
Yeah, but at least he used his muscle, you know, where he could. Like if he had somebody who would fight for him, you're like, yeah, go do it for me.
Yeah.
But he was still a jerk. I'm so glad he's dead.
He would just hide behind it.
He used that power to like just be a sadist little asshole. You know, it wasn't like my wife's, you know, brother is in jail, like let me get him out. It was more like I get my rocks off this.
Yeah. So how much time we got left, Lorenzo?
We have 1 minute and 25 seconds.
All right, so let's talk about how he got into jail, right? So Cersei kind of like, I don't know, you want to call it deputized the High Sparrows. So now they're like, they have their own army, and they have these crazy forehead, what do you want to call it? What do you call it?
Brands.
Brands.
Branding, you know, or tattoos or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean, it's more like carvings, because a brand, at least you like burn it in. They're like carving this in there,
Yeah, that's true.
carving it into their head. Yeah, so what? I guess they're still the High Sparrow, but now they've got their own little army and they're enforcing their own laws. And they broke into Baelish's brothel, arrested people there, and I think is that where they found? No, they found the brother working with the guards, right? You know,
Yeah,
fencing or what? Sword fighting?
Sword fighting, yeah.
Yeah, practicing sword fighting. They just went up to him and grabbed him. I forgot what was the offense?
He was gay. I mean, he's gay.
He's gay.
Oh, that was the offense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know what? Man, they need some diversity training.
Seriously.
Well, that seems to be their only real rule, because even when they ran up in the brothel, They didn't. They like just kicked everybody else out. They stabbed a couple of people. Well, that's kind of
Yeah,
what
they
they
did
did.
stab a few people.
Yeah, but they stopped on the two gay guys. They took some real pleasure in whatever torture that they were going to give to those gay guys.
Oh yeah, they were getting crazy about it. That's when they totally lost their shit. The next thing is Braun and Jamie and Dorn and the Sand Snakes. And that Scorpion, oh man, that guy, I guess he kind of deserved what he got for ratting his friends out.
That's what happens when you sell people out. He got what he deserved. But I was just glad to see that Jamie and Braun made it to Dorne by episode 4. Now let's see how long it takes to find the daughter.
They've already gotten into some trouble, and we saw Jamie finally use his hand for something besides filling up his sister.
Yeah, that was the first question I had was like, did he just now realize that his hand can block a sword? Like, because you get that look. He gets that look where he puts his hand up and the guy swings the sword and he catches it, and he's even surprised that he just did that. And I was like, wait, when did he not realize he had a metal hand? Like,
Like, dude, the dude needs to watch Enter the Dragon and see how he used his hand.
the hand is a weapon.
And, yeah, he should be blocking swords with that thing all the time and smacking people,
Exactly. I was
breaking
like,
skulls.
Did you just now realize that when you were on death's door? You put your hand up. It's like, oh.
Apparently he can't do anything. He can't row a boat.
We've been through this before, Joe. He can row a boat. The way his
I
hand
understand that.
is
He thinks he
shaped,
can't do it.
he could use it. He could use his other hand as the pivot, and he could just push downward with it, and he would be able to lift stuff like with the
I
shovel.
agree with you,
And
Lorenzo.
he'd be able to row too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he could row as well.
It's Jamie that needs convincing. What's next? He's gonna say he can't wipe his ass.
Well,
What's
I
the
think
problem?
he's got like some empowerment now, right? With his new realization that he can actually use his hand for something.
Yeah, he was a great swordsman before his hand got chopped off. Now, if you're a great swordsman, my belief is you're able to. If we learned anything from The Princess Bride, you can use your right or your left. You should be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
You should be able to use both hands. It seems like if my other hand's gone, I can't do shit with this hand. So,
Well, doesn't he use a two-handed sword?
I don't know. He needs to get a lighter one. He was using one hand yesterday in the episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he could say, "I am not left-handed," but
Yeah, and he could just make his other. I think he was trying to go incognito, but yeah, he could totally just turn his other hand into into another sword, right? Or
Yeah.
some sort of sword-breaking device, kind of like his hand, but more like there's ninja prongs or whatever.
Yeah. What about the daughters, the sand
Sand
Snakes.
so
sand
sexy.
snakes? Yeah,
They're kind of hot.
they
They're
are
all
kind of
sexy.
hot.
They are so sexy.
They are definitely kind of hot. And when she threw the spear through his head, through the ship captain's head, the one that betrayed Jaime Lannister. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And she walks and talks and sounds like Michelle Rodriguez.
That's always a plus.
It is a
But
plus.
Michelle Rodriguez would not do that role because she's sick and tired of them giving white roles to Hispanic women. So
Yeah.
she's like, that role's for a white person. So
She's not. That's not white. Is that white?
that'd be what
I don't
Michelle
think so.
Rodriguez would say.
I thought Dawn was supposed to be where the Latinos were.
They seem pretty
they're
Latinish.
Latino, Arabic, Mediterranean.
Yeah,
it's like a brown.
The brown. It's supposed to be the brown colony.
The brown colony.
It is.
The brown
Right?
colony. Just throw all the brown people here.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's Latino, Middle Eastern, Black. Everything's there. Thrown there. They all have, but some of them have accents, some don't.
Some of them
Yeah.
don't. Like, what's her face? Fake Michelle Rodriguez. Like, she did not have any sort of accent whatsoever.
Yeah, but her father, Oberyn, had a thick accent.
Has like a Chilean accent.
Yeah.
Was he really her dad?
Yeah.
Was he? I don't know. For some reason, I thought he was like, he was not really her dad. He was more like her. He adopted her or something like that. That
Huh.
story she told, it felt like he adopted her.
No, those are all her. Those are all his bastard daughters.
Yeah. He got around, you know? He has more in the book. He's got like 20 of them.
That's
And
cool.
they're all
Good for
called
him.
sand snakes.
Good for
So
him.
yeah, they were hot, sexy, and they could throw spears. And I just want to see what the other two can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait till they get a hold of Jamie. Jamie will try to sweet talk his way
Oh, that's not gonna work with those guys.
into the
All right.
Viper Pit.
All right, so then now I think our final topic is Jon Snow turns down the Red Witch, Stannis and his daughter and their scene, Sansa and as the new warden of the Bronx. Okay, go.
Look, here's my thing about Jon Snow. Is he not the head of the Night's Watch right now?
Yes.
He is.
Hey, so can't he just write up some new policy where now these guys are allowed to have sex?
I don't think it works that way.
I don't think you can change tradition.
I think if you don't know, I think you put it to vote. I think if you put it to vote, I think the majority of those guys would be like, cool, we can have women now? Okay, we're okay with that. Look, let's just get with the times, all right? Jon Snow is a leader of this group, and he's not a virgin. He likes having sex with women, and clearly he enjoys it. Let those other guys know what it's like to have a woman. Look, you're gonna fight.
Well, I don't think so. I think they had to give it up, right, Malik? Because a lot of those guys are ex-criminals and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they're not
So
eunuchs.
Huh?
They're not eunuchs.
No, they're
No.
rapists.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying they're like ex-criminals, so
Right.
you know they could have had sex before they went to the Night's Watch. They just can't have
That's
sex
true.
anymore.
It would be too distracting, okay? They have to like look out for the walkers that never show up.
No,
And-
as long as you say no women, no women in the clubhouse. But that doesn't mean that we can't have sex with women outside of the clubhouse.
Well, I think what's his name already pointed that out, that they could have sex, they just can't have kids.
Well, I don't think they. I mean, I think what he was saying is you could go do it, just don't get caught.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was saying that the vow wasn't to not have sex. The vow was to not have kids or not have families.
Well, I'm a little confused by the vow because everybody knows Jon Snow did it with the Wildling girl. I forgot her name, but yeah, and they're okay with it. They're like, yeah, you can be our leader. And
Yeah, see? I mean, I would have taken the Red Witch down.
Oh, I know. I know
would
you
take
would
that
have.
Yeah,
down.
well,
That's no problem with that.
he could have just said yes to anything she said, and then be like, I changed my mind.
I just-
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
close the door.
that's the thing, though. You don't. But I mean, okay. So the real problem with having her is that there's gonna be a price to pay, and she's called the Red Witch, isn't she?
It's worth it.
Yeah,
She's
but she
gonna
could-
like kill you.
She don't have to ask you. Then she could just make you do what she wants you to do.
No, I don't think it works that way, Joe.
Well, didn't she already make some kind of like voodoo doll already or something? Or I can't remember.
Shadow assassin?
She did the shadow. But remember, she sent off. Remember, she needed the
Valkyrie.
blood of Robert Baratheon's bastard son.
Yeah.
And she did something with that blood.
Yeah, she killed what's his
Renly?
face? Who?
Renly, the brother. Come on, when she killed the brother?
Well, I'm saying the thing that she did, that was, I think, the reason, or you could say it was the reason why they had the purple wedding. Was just like she put a curse that was like 3 things that were done from using a king's blood, and the 3 things were like horrible, and one of them was that
Was the poisoning?
poisoning,
purple
or was it the? Am I thinking of the red wedding?
No, the red wedding and the purple wedding were both murders. I mean,
Right, but I think it was more the red wedding was where she used the curse.
Huh.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? Like she catches the kid, and then she has him like tied up, and she doesn't kill him. She just takes blood from him, and then she uses the blood, like 3 drops of blood, and then she like puts a curse out, and after that, like all these horrible things happen.
Well, Yeah, I don't want to go too far back into that. 'Cause I remember the kid escaping or somebody helping him escape, but
Davos. Yeah,
huh?
Davos, the Onion King. The Onion
Oh,
Man.
okay. Uh, but Jon Snow turning down the Red Witch. I'm like, come on, dude. She's right there.
You're
Nobody's
the
gonna
leader.
know. The door's
Exactly.
closed. You
You're the
kicked out.
leader. And even if they found out, you're the leader.
That's right.
I would never. I mean, like she.
I think it was because of she's a witch. That's what I think. Maybe he realizes that. I think that might have been the main reason. Okay, we got 20 seconds for Sansa.
Nobody cares about Sansa.
I found myself interested in her suddenly. She's
No. She's still doughy-eyed. She still has no freaking clue what the hell she's doing, what her purpose is. She has
I
no
don't
clue.
know.
She's
think
gonna
she's
marry
figuring it out.
Ramses.
figuring it out.
She's gonna surprise us.
Looks different. Like she physically looks different than she used to. Like in her.
Yeah, she's
face.
older. She's
Yeah.
filling out.
Hard.
She colored her hair.
Filling out, yeah.
That's right. She did dye her hair.
All right, guys. That's it. 5 minutes. More 5 minutes help. That 5 minutes is up. So Malik, I'm gonna put it to you. Can you take us out?
Look, Game of Thrones thus far has been a really, really, really slow build to what? What are we building to? What's getting ready to happen? Look, I think we're 4 episodes in, and we're no closer to a resolution to any of these things that the season started out with. We're just all hoping for it to lead somewhere, and we're hoping that wherever it does lead to, it winds up leading to some dragons and maybe some maybe some war. And yeah, look, bottom line is the show thus far has been a little underwhelming, but still we're gonna watch every week.
Malik, did you see the preview for the next episode?
I did. And
You saw who was in it?
who are we talking about?
The dragons.
Oh, the
Like, they
dragons.
finally
Yeah,
have
that's what I'm
this
saying. Yeah, they're
where
fine. Yeah,
the dragon.
I think the next 6.
meet.
I
like
think
in
at
the
least
posters.
half of the next 6 episodes, the final 6 episodes, needs to be some shit needs to go down in at least half of those episodes, in order for this not to be a complete flop of a season. I mean,
Wow.
I'm willing to be okay with the fact that there's a lot of character development and story building, and we have to get the characters to the places where they need to be, in order for things to happen. But to Joe's point, I think it's been 4 episodes. If they're not where they need to be yet, they ain't getting there. So guess what? Let's just start making shit happen. And
This is Game of
maybe-
Thrones. Every season is the same thing.
Well, I was saying maybe that fight with Grey Worm and
That's right. Pull through, brother. Grey Worm.
all of those
Pull
guys.
through.
Yeah, I don't
better
really
live.
care. I don't really care. You can live, you could die. It doesn't bother me.
Nah, I want Grey Worm to live.
Oh.
I want him to live.
For what? He didn't do anything.
I don't know. He's in love with the Fast and Furious girl.
He can't do anything about it. So
I know
whatever.
he can't do anything about it, but you know.
He can do some stuff.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like he can do stuff to her.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
It's a one-way
He can
love.
do stuff to him. You guys need to open your minds.
I'm
Not
just.
fair.
I think that's for another time, but I'm curious as to what. I'm not sure we need to go into anatomy right now.
It's just not fair.
That's gonna be Lorenzo's next show, the sex show.
This section.
I've been thinking about that for a long time.
I'm sure you have.
Oh man. But that's it. So so let's close out by saying it was okay. I thought it was an okay episode. Not good, not bad, just okay. And I'm hoping for better things as we go along. So for Lorenzo, Johanna, and Joe, I am Malik. We are the Agents of Helm, and we'll see you next week when we talk about another episode of Nothing Happening on Game of Thrones. Have a great night.
Some shade.
Malik's becoming as jaded as I am when it comes to the show.
I know. I was a little surprised to
Dude,
hear that.
man. I mean, I just kept watching it like, hey, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. It was the first time I agreed with Joe about this.
It's too many storylines. I'm telling you, it's too many.
No, I mean, it's all, well, see, it's always been a bunch of storylines.
I know, but they
The problem I
stretch
have
everything
with it-
out. Everything takes a full season to happen in this show. Everything, because there's 5 storylines or more every episode. Like, you didn't even see Arya this episode. You didn't see You didn't see Brienne, whatever her name is, and Jesus Christ, we still haven't seen Bran yet. So
I'm okay with that.
eventually
seeing
they're gonna
Bran.
show him.
We're not saying. I doubt we're seeing Brad. No, I mean.
I
what
hope
am
you're right. I
what
don't
am-
want to see him, but
Oh, what if
at
he
some
gets
point-
control of the dragons?
Yeah, I mean, Taylor and I have talked about that. Him possibly getting control of the dragons and stuff. But who knows? He's all the way in fucking north of the wall. The dragons ain't going up that far.
They
One
could.
thing. One thing that
They'll
was.
fly. You can go
One thing that's
however they
pissed me
want.
off is why is it taking four full episodes for these people from Dorne to get their shit together and go attack King's Landing? Because they're. Wasn't he he was a lord, wasn't he?
Yeah, but they don't want to attack King's Landing.
Why the fuck not?
Because they don't want a war. Jeez, Malik, you
But that's
bloodthirsty maniac.
stupid. That's stupid. One of your lords just died there.
And the
He
Lord,
fought for it. He fought
it's not like they killed him, Malik. He fought
Yeah.
on behalf of Tyrion, and
Yeah.
and he lost.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they went and killed him.
Still, I want vengeance.
They need to bring
Yeah.
I
back.
mean, the wife wants
That's what
vengeance, definitely.
That's what the sand snakes are for.
I want vengeance. They should have wanted vengeance a long time ago.
So they're
But
gonna
they're going to start a war. You're going
they're
get
gonna have
to
to
war.
kill they're gonna have to kill the Lannister girl in order to do that. And if that was the case, they should have just killed her in the first episode instead of waiting to like episode 8 to kill her.
I feel like they can't kill her because it wouldn't really be fair because she doesn't mean anything to anybody at this point.
Yeah, but if she
had,
means something
any
to the
lines
queen.
this season? No, I mean to the audience.
Yeah,
Yeah. She means nothing to the audience. Yeah.
She means everything to her dad and her mom.
Yeah, that's
But
how you
seriously,
really
has
need
she
to start
had
the
like a
war.
line? Has she had a line yet?
No, not this season. No, I forgot what
No.
she looks like.
Yeah, we haven't seen her for like seasons.
all we saw were curls and a pink dress.
It's
That
kinda
was like a
ridiculous.
stand-in. They haven't found the actress yet.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of ridiculous that there's all this fuss for a person that you never. I don't remember her ever talking. She must have at some point, right?
I think
Yeah,
I don't think
She
she's
was there the very. I know the very first episode. She's there when they first come to Winterfell. I know that because I saw that episode recently.
But did she say anything?
She didn't say shit. No, she didn't say shit.
No, I don't think she's ever talked. Oh, I think maybe she said bye, mother, or something when
Is
she
that
left.
purpose? Is that on purpose?
I don't think so.
I mean, it was kind of the same thing with Tommen, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like he got some more exposure. But I mean, since then he's said lines. People would care if Tommen died; they would care a little bit. But if this girl dies, nobody's gonna care at all. So it doesn't make sense that they're gonna kill her. They can't kill Jaime because he's Jaime.
Well,
If they could chop his other hand off, then he'd really be useless.
They completely can kill Jaime. That's the thing about Game of Thrones. They can kill whoever the hell they want.
It's the
It's
Game
not-
of Thrones.
It's Tyrion could die next episode. They would it would suck for a lot of people, but
Well,
they could do it.
Tyrion's safe right now, right? Because he's over on the other.
Tyrion's safe because he's smarter than everybody. He's smarter than everybody in Westeros.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Baelish is pretty smart.
Baelish is, yeah, he is. Yeah, he plays the game. I think Baelish, Tyrion, and Varys are just.
They're the
smart-
hustlers. They're the con
They're the
men.
smartest kids in class, and everybody else is just figuring the shit out as they go.
Cersei, though, is very duplicitous.
Extremely. She
Like-
reacts like emotion.
To leverage those guys and start their own little army just so that she could take out Marjorie's brother. That's fucked up.
Just because
Well,
she didn't want to marry him.
She's got that witch thing. Do you know what I mean? She's that prophecy thing. And so that's what's... Well, she's also just going crazy. Because for the first time in her life, she actually has to do shit because Daddy's not there.
Well, yeah, I mean, her prophecy is coming true.
Yeah.
And she's always known that it was, you know? I don't think she's ever doubted the validity of that prophecy.
She should just go back to Casterly Rock and enjoy her days.
It's like it's
like
all her
Florida.
fault. It's all her fault.
What's her life is her fault?
Everything has pretty much happened.
Yeah, if she didn't do her brother, maybe none of this would have happened.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, if she didn't do her brother, sure.
How do you hide? How the hell do you hide? Was it 3 pregnancies? I mean, not hide, but I mean, like, do you just time? Did she time the time she slept with her brother and the time she slept with Robert?
Well, I think she was fucking him all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Who, her brother or Robert?
Her brother.
Both.
Yeah, but maybe not Robert as much.
We just waited until
maybe-
after she got married to actually get pregnant.
She would have sex with him.
That's why I'm actually surprised that like Robert never knew or never mentioned anything about her and about those kids not being his.
Why?
Because if there's any one person that would know the situation and know that, hey, my wife is not sleeping with me, it's the husband. Okay, he's fully aware.
That's what I'm saying. She would have had to have slept with both of them, you know, relatively close, so that if
That's
she
what I'm
did
saying.
get pregnant,
When she was pregnant, she would have sex with her husband, probably. You know?
To show,
Right.
oh yeah. Well,
just
there's
to
no
cover her
contraception.
tracks.
There's no contraception out there, or at least I haven't
Yeah.
seen any yet.
But I bet you, yeah. I mean, I bet you she's got tricks for that, too.
Yeah, I'm sure she
Well,
does.
yeah, she aborted all of the Baratheon babies.
That's right. And
Yeah.
she went through the town and aborted all of them. Yeah, man. The Night's Watch, man. They need to fix their rules because Sam needs to have sex with that Wildling girl too, man.
Hold on, wait, she aborted all the Baratheon babies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean aborted them?
Well, not aborted them. She had them all killed. She had them all slaughtered. And
No, like she actually whenever she got pregnant and she knew it was Robert, she'd abort it, like using pills and herbs
all
and
of
such.
hers, all of hers. I think
How the hell would she know? She's
I
doing
don't
her brother
know.
and Robert at the same time. I don't know.
I thought you were
That's-
talking about when she went through the town and had all of his kids killed.
That's what I read about. That's what I read.
She went to the towns and had...
No, like throughout King's Landing, because remember he had a whole bunch of kids, a bunch of illegitimate children throughout King's Landing.
Did she hunt them down?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then what's his name got out of town.
right. And one of his sons got away.
And that's the one the
That
Red
was-
Witch
And that was
took
because
blood from.
Cersei was hunting for all the sons?
All the children.
Wow. I didn't realize. That's fucked up. I mean, you don't blame her. I just, I didn't realize that she had gone that far in. I need to watch all the episodes again, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm catching it because my wife's watching it from the beginning. And she just finished the first season.
Joe, are you still recording?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're still
Let me
alive.
kill it.
Well,